Oscar Piastri, I'm sorry. Like literally Oscar is all of us there. We are mortified. It's cringe. Oh my gosh, thank God he's okay.
This is Sportscentre.
Hey, Mercer, word on the first wave of free agency has officially come and gone. And there's so many new faces and new places across the league, including the city I'm in right now, Toronto. The Leafs had a lot of pressure going into Brad Treliving's first offseason, and they've made a ton of moves. Let's start with the losses before getting into the additions. All in all, the Leafs lost 6 regulars from their lineup, and combined they'll need to replace nearly 50 regular season goals between those 6 players. But my disappointment was quickly tempered because some of these signings are kind of huge. It started off slow with Ryan Reeves and Jonathan Klingberg, picked up yesterday with 2 big signings up front, in Tyler Bertuzzi and Max Domi. The Bertuzzi, Domi, and Klingberg deals are all for 1 year, so depending on how the season goes, this team could look very different again next year. But when you talk about loading up and getting some new faces in the locker room, this is that. Bertuzzi and Domi had productive playoff runs in Boston and Dallas respectively, and both should play in the top 6. Klingberg, meanwhile, is known for his offensive prowess in the back end, which is a needed element to add to this team. There's risk with each of these signings, but at least the risk is short term, and it could lead to some pretty interesting line combinations, like say Bertuzzi playing with Matthews and Marner, or Domi anchoring the third line. Also, it's kind of cool that dad played on the team, now son's playing on the team, and his dad was such a legend here. It just, Toronto opens the doors for a big Toronto boy. But is there anything else the Leafs are cooking? Well, considering they're over the cap by $8 million right now, yes, because they'll need to get under it. To the association, and now that the chaos of free agency is pretty much settled, we can shift our attention to the trade market. With both Damian Lillard and James Harden still on the market, and Blazers fans are not coping well with this Lillard situation.
Dude, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can be a Blazer fan.
Yeah.
Are they cooking something up? Like, is there any chance that they figure something out and Dame has to stay? Is there anyone behind you?
There is one person behind me.
Okay, well then I'll take your order.
You know what? He's passionate and considerate for other people. And there's even spice and drama on the Heat side of things. As Tyler Hero, the name that seems to be most mentioned in every proposed Lillard trade, has now removed Miami Heat guard from his Twitter bio. Lillard has reportedly said he only wants to go to Miami, but without a no-trade clause like Bradley Beal, Portland does not have to honor those wishes. And could Philly and Harden somehow find themselves in the middle of all this?
The Heat probably have the biggest edge long term because that's where Dame wants to be. But the Sixers have the best asset in Maxey. So it's definitely something that's going to be fascinating in the next few days.
Based on what Wendy is saying, this thing is just getting started.
This is going to be a bit of a brawl. And there's going to be third teams and fourth teams. The Brooklyn Nets could enter into this. Other teams could enter into this. San Antonio Spurs could enter into this because they've got cap space. You could see rumors go 100 different ways, and some of them even be true. But I expect this to be quite a lot of scrambling in the next few days to try to find a workable package. So buckle up.
If Wendy's saying buckle up, we can only imagine what this is going to do to Shams' screen time over the next week. Because if this is what he put up last week, I don't even want to know what next week looks like. You know what, Shams? I feel like I have you beat. I'm just a loser on my phone all day. Oh, I hate this for me. When bedtime's at 8, but your tea time is at 9. Time now for my favorite segment and yours, Why We Love Sports Today.
Why we love sports today.
And is there anything better than this? He's climbed out of his crib just to work on his swing. This is so cute. Like, so wholesome. Look at his swing. Look at his wind up. After 20 minutes, okay, he's done. He's had a good sesh. Time for a little nap. What a cutie. We got a Monday nighter in the CFL. It's going to be a doozy because the last 2 undefeated teams are going at it tonight in Toronto. The Lions have surged out of the gate with a 3-0 start. And if they beat the Argos tonight, they would have defeated both teams in last year's Grey Cup in consecutive weeks. And the Lions can beat you in many different ways. Defensively, they're allowing just 7 points a game, and they've given up just 1 touchdown in 3 games. They've also got the CFL sack leader, who's already got 5. And Vernon Adams Jr. is rolling on the offensive side of the ball. He's second in the league in passing yards and tied for first in touchdown passes. For the Argos, they're winning games in a variety of ways as well. Chad Kelly is still coming into his own at QB, but he's been aided with a great ground game, as Toronto is first in rushing first downs with 25 in just 2 games. They're also keeping Kelly upright, as the O-line has allowed just 1 sack. And you can watch the Lions and Argos tonight on TSN. Coverage begins at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific.
Hi, I'm a random customer looking for a car.
Okay, we've seen plenty of terrible athlete cameos and commercials before, but this new one for the West Her car dealership, featuring some Bills players, definitely falls into that category.
Hi, I'm a random customer looking for a car.
I'll get you someone.
Hello, I'm a salesperson. How can I help?
Dawson? Josh?
Dion,
Shh, I'm undercover.
Me too. I'm trying to see if Wester's as good as they say they are.
I've been here 3 weeks. They're great.
All right, this was set up like it was gonna be so cringe. I'm sorry, that was beautiful. That was a masterpiece. I was hooked from the beginning. Great commercial. But if you want cringe, let's look at some of our other favorites from the past. Starting with Alex Ovechkin for Eastern Motors.
At Eastern Motors, your job, you're created. At Eastern Motors, your job, you're created.
But do any of these touch this beauty from the Penguins?
Your keys, Mr. Armstrong.
Right on. Colby, what are you doing here? I'm here to pick up my new BMW. A&L really took good care of me because of, you know, who I am. You? Who are you? I thought they only took care of superstars like me.
Hey, guys, they treat everybody like a superstar. That's why I have one of each. Gina, take a jet.
Easily takes the cake for most cringe. Like, I can't tell if they're leaning into the cringe or it was just cringe and they did 3 takes and they said, just forget it. The tennis in Wimbledon officially starts today at the All England Club. And we've got a trio of Canadians in action. Let's start on the men's side with Felix Auger-Aliassime, who has not made a quarter in 5 straight Grand Slams. Down goes Felix, and my God, what a match this was, as it seemed like Felix and Michael Moe were matching each other for this entire match, with the first 3 sets all going to a tiebreak. But in the end, it was a major upset as Felix goes down in the first round at Wimbledon. Denis Shapovalov was also in first round action today. Shapo made the semis at Wimbledon 2 years ago, so you know he's capable of a deep run. Due to the start time of the Shapo match, we won't be able to update his score, but if you're watching us close to 3 Eastern, just head on over to TSN right now to watch the rest of the match. Well, okay, not now, when the show is finished, or dual screen it. And we finished with Leylah Fernandez, who won a 3-set thriller to punch her ticket to the second round 6-4, 4-6, 6-4. And just a reminder, day 2 of Wimbledon gets going tomorrow on TSN starting at 6 a.m. Eastern, 3 a.m. Pacific. That's all for today. See you back tomorrow at 3 Eastern, no Pacific. Have a good one.